Welcome to another edition of Backstage Pass, powered by the Sports Guys Podcast, with your host, Brandon Morrell.
Hey y'all, this is recording artist Garrison Nunn, and you're listening to a grand slam of music, sports, and entertainment. It's the award-nominated Backstage Pass podcast with Brandon Morrell on KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area broadcasting network. Stream the show anytime at thesportsguyspodcast.com and on iHeartRadio podcasts. You can also stream at thwn.org.
And welcome inside the Backstage Pass. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Brandon Morrell here, KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area broadcasting network, and thwn.org. Anytime on iHeartRadio podcasts. And, of course, the Sports Guys, podcast.com, a grand slam of music, sports, and entertainment out there, too. And, of course, to entertain you guys today, always love bringing it back to my home roots down here, Texas country, Montgomery to Nashville to wherever it takes you nationwide. Listening to the show out there. Feather in the Wind is the current album across all the digital streaming platforms. Texas country artist. I mentioned Nashville recording artist. He does it all. Garrison Nunn joining us here on the program. What's up, my friend?
What's up? Thank you for having me.
Good to have you, man, and good to talk some music here. So I love the fact is Belmont University, and I can always say this because my dad had practiced pharmacy for a lot of years out there.
Wow. All right.
For
Let's
doing this pharmacy degree too. Talk about this and just, you're right. I mentioned Montgomery, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Belmont University, and then the connection to music. I want to connect all the dots for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of dots. I can see why people would get confused. So, long story short, like you said, grew up in Montgomery. By the time I was looking for colleges, I went on a songwriter's trip so I've always done music. But I went on a songwriter's trip to Nashville. And some other people on the trip were touring Belmont. So I was like, why not? Because I would have gone to A&M or OU or, some sort of school that all my friends were going to. And I went to Belmont and toured it. And I made the decision to do that because I could do music and I could do school at the same time. Nashville's great for that. So I went in as a biology major. And I was just taking a bunch of classes because I've always been interested in medicine and interested in helping people and just everything to do with science. I've always been interested in that. And I thought it would be a good distraction from music if I got burnt out or got writer's block and stuff like that. And I'm always trying to push myself to be the best version of myself. So I'm just like, you'll get this a lot today, but I love challenging myself. So that's kind of the heart of it. But about a year and a half into college, I had the opportunity to go to pharmacy school there to get my doctorate. And so I took that opportunity and I had all the prerequisites. So I went into it and now I'm in my third year of pharmacy school. I got 1 year left, or I guess 1.5. And yeah, graduate May 2027. Just drugs and country music is what I study. Nothing better than those two together. Gosh, that was my elevator pitch. How'd I do? I feel like I left stuff out.
No, he's good. Drugs and country music. I've never heard it explained that way too, but I tell you what, that's a good way to explain it right there too. Coming down from drugs to country music and legal drugs, no doubt about it. Too.
Yeah, let's emphasize that part
of things too. No, I commend you for doing that because it's not an easy road. And like I said, I had something to fall back on before I started this radio show too. And like I said, I was education for 20 years. I made media for almost 30 years. Looking back on it too, so I think everybody has a little bit of something where it's like a side hustle or something that gets you through it because you got to find some way to pay for it. And that's the hardest thing is this music. The music stuff, it costs money, right?
Gosh, yeah. Yeah. But so does school. Shoot, I'm in an interesting position here.
And I know since I got out with my master's, dude, I'm sure the rates have only skyrocketed for universities. Now it's gone up, hasn't it? I'm sure it has.
Yeah.
Well, hey, talk about the story. You mentioned Montgomery, Texas, because I know it very well, being from down here, from Beaumont, Houston area down here so much. And you've seen so many great artists come from here, like Mark Chestnut, Tracy Byrd, Clay Walker, Janis Joplin, George Jones, the legend, the Hall of Famer. Did some of those different types of musicians kind of fuel the fire for you, kind of being from Texas down here too? Did you pay attention to a lot of Texas artists, and also too Aaron Watson, Kevin Fowler, Stoney LaRue, guys like that?
Oh yeah. So growing up, there was a lot of country music like in my family. That was all we kind of listened to, like driving to the deer lease and stuff like that. There's a guy named Jerry Jeff Walker. He's one of my favorite country artists ever. He's a Texas country guy, Lukenbach, Texas. Gary P. Nunn, similar name to mine, which is kind of funny. Everyone asks if we're related, but those are like two of the big ones. And then whenever I got to like junior high / beginning of high school, I kind of wasn't being presented with the right kind of country music that really spoke to me. It was all like the radio stuff at the time. I don't even remember what it was, but not anything I really liked. And so I really got into a lot of rock and alternative and stuff like that, kind of branched away, which honestly, looking back, I really like because it gives me a good perspective that I can bring into country music, which is really cool. But then about halfway through high school, I started getting exposed to a lot of that red dirt scene, and that just like all those artists you mentioned kind of all were presented to me at once. And it kind of showed me a different side of country that I didn't realize was there. And it really fueled the fire to spark my creativity, because I wasn't really writing songs that long ago, but I was kind of writing songs, but it wasn't anything close to country. And I felt like whenever I was exposed to red dirt and to that more real storytelling, just authentic country sound and lyricism, it really fueled that fire for me to bring my own spin on it and realize that, you know, these elements can truly exist in the country space. And I hate that it took me so long to realize that, but I did. I realized it, and here I am, you know.
The cool thing is you can always have that dream, and I say dream big because you're never too old to accomplish something out there too. And just like I said, step into that light and go find it, and you found it too, and you found a calling for you. And I feel that in this record too. We're going to talk more about this. Feather in the Wind across all the digital streaming platforms, and of course we're going to play a song off there right now called Got Me Here. This is a good one here from Garrison Nunn, the Backstage Pass, KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network, and our friends THWN.org, and powered by the Sports Guys Podcast.com, and of course, top search now at iHeartRadio Podcast. Stay tuned, more to come.
I can't be what I'm becoming. Do my eyes deceive me now? Am I a feather in the wind, or am I dust that settled down? 'Cause they told me I was nothing, and they showed me all my demons. Now I struggle with the fact I may have nothing to believe in. It's the way you think you know me, but you don't. It's the way you think you own me, but you won't. When I see my reflection in the mirror, I swear I don't see the man that got me here. Don't think you can see the world if you keep between the lines, without looking back at exit signs and wishing you'd have gone right. 'Cause regret is a simple thing, but if you pour them nice and strong, you'll get caught up in the headlights and the choice of right and wrong. It's the way you think you know me, but you don't. It's the way you think you own me, but you won't. When I see my reflection in the mirror, I swear I don't see the man that got me here. Got me here. It's the way you think you know me, but you don't. It's the way you think you own me, but you won't. When I see my reflection in the mirror, I swear I don't see the man that got me here. 'Cause when I see my reflection, every time I stop and stare, trying to be the man that got me here.
Hey y'all, this is recording artist Morgan Miles, and you're listening to a grand slam of music, sports, and entertainment. It's the award nominated Backstage Pass podcast with Brandon Morrell on KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network. Tune into the show on iHeartRadio Podcast and on the sportsguyspodcast.com. And be sure to follow me at my website, morganmileslive.com.
Is your home or business in need of a fresh look? Right Flow Pressure Washing and Lawn LLC is more than just pressure washing, providing professional cleaning for homes, commercial buildings, parking lots, roof cleaning, gutter cleaning, and so much more, including lawn service and landscaping. Our mission here at Right Flow is to exceed the needs of all our customers while providing all of our services at an affordable rate. We're committed to going above and beyond where the job is done right. Give your property the care it deserves. Call Right Flow today at 409-363-2565 or go to rightflowwashandlawn.com.
Hey guys and gals, this is recording artist Don Barnes with 38 Special, and you're listening to a grand slam of music, sports, and entertainment. It's the award-nominated Backstage Pass podcast with Brandon Morrell on KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network. Tune into the show on iHeartRadio Broadcast and on the sportsguyspodcast.com and at thwn.org.
And welcome back here to the show again. Garrison Nunn here, Feather in the Wind, the debut album here, the Backstage Pass, KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network, and our friends, the Sports Guys, podcast.com, and also iHeartRadio Podcast and thwn.org. So tell us about this one. I always love a good song because you can set the tone for a record like that. And you did that with Got Me Here. Talk about this one and a little backstory.
Well, this song, it started as a ballad, which was kind of funny. I mean, if you really listen to the lyrics, it's a sad freaking song. I wrote the whole album over the last like 3 or 4 years, like trying to figure out my true purpose and like where I stand in life. So there's a lot of existentialism in the lyrics on Got Me Here. And so that was the base of it. And then I was like, no, this needs to have like the cool drum fill at the beginning. It needs to be big and full of life. Cause I love when actual like sad songs are disguised as happy songs. I think that's like a cool dichotomy. And so I wrote it kind of with that in mind. After originally it being a ballad, I just transformed it a little bit, but I like it a lot because I think that the chorus can be seen in different ways. Like the chorus is talking about, I don't see the man that got me here. And it's like, sometimes when I'm listening to it, I think of my dad. Sometimes I think of my younger self. Sometimes I even think of God. And I think that it really sets the scene for the entire album. Just kind of wondering who I am and where I fit, and just kind of comparisons to Thief of Joy almost is what that song's about.
I love that. And another one off there too, which is talking about life and really puts it in perspective too. Cause I tell you, like, it was a sad story for me. I lost my dad, a couple of years ago, this past November. You look back at it unexpectedly. It's like one of those things that just really, turns a full corner. And I took a song that really resonated, like Almost Nearly There. I feel like all of us are kind of like on this path of, just reaching out. We can feel it. We can touch it. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. That's what I got from that song.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many different ways to interpret it. What it means to me is it really reflects the overall message of the album. And that's just how I was feeling, like I wasn't truly living in the moment. And I felt like I was living from like milestone to milestone, from moment to moment, place to place. And it's just a reminder to, enjoy the 20-minute drives, enjoy every single moment, because you never know when it's going to be your last time with someone or the last time, something's happening. It's just a lot of people get caught up in, the busyness of life. And I think it's a good reminder. And it's a reminder that I needed. I thought that was one of the last songs I did for the album. And I think it's exactly what it needed. And it was just so important for me to hear, even though it came from me, but I love that song. It's such a good reminder.
Before I play the next track off there, I got to talk about 49ers. This is a really cool one here. I thought this had a good feel to it off the record. Feather in the Wind here, talking with Garrison Nunn on the Backstage Pass. I love 49ers. Talk about a little bit of a backstory of that one too, because it had a good feel to it.
So that was the first song we recorded for the album, and it was before the album was even thought of. So I wrote this song with my buddies Stephen Ray and Bear Riddell, literally the week after the 49ers played the Super Bowl. So it was just like on the mind, and we were like, how can we write a song about the gold rush and like make it a story about like young love? And that's genuinely one of my favorite songs like I've had a part of writing. And what's even cooler is that's the only song on the album that I co-produced. Me and Steven, one of the guys that I wrote it with, we just produced it together. Literally just, we had a drum box, like a cajon, and we used that. And it's just like, it was the most bare bones production, but it sounds great. And I think it's exactly what the song needed. But yeah, it's a song about reminiscing on young love, and just, it's a really cool song. And at first you're like, what 49ers, what is this song about? But I think it's a cool one. I love that one.
I got to ask you about the title of records. I'm always fascinated by like artwork and where you come up with it, time, place, and setting. And then you look at like the title of it, Feather in the Wind. Talk about just how you came up with the title of the record and the artwork to go with it.
So the title of the record came from 49ers. So I want to say that Steven wrote that there's a line that says Feather in the Wind in there. And I was like, that is such a cool metaphor, because that's exactly how I'm kind of feeling in life right now. Like I'm just drifting from moment to moment, like I was saying about Almost Nearly There. And I was like, I'm a big fan of concept albums, and this album's not really a concept album. It's like an almost concept album, but I wanted this to be the centerpiece. I want to say I say Feather in the Wind like in 3 different songs, maybe 4. I think it's 3. But I thought that was the best way to describe the way I was living and my mindset. And I felt like a lot of people could relate to that. So that's like where a lot of the ideas for songs and stuff came about, was just what is all the emotions that can come with, feeling like you're just drifting through life. And so whenever we did the album cover, so I had a professional photographer take pictures and stuff whenever we were shooting music videos. So I was going through and I was like, oh, this is such a cool picture. And originally I wasn't going to put any text on it or anything. But there was this one day. So my girlfriend has a graphic design degree, like a design degree, art and design. And we were driving to Florida one day, and I was like, you know what? Take this picture and see what you can do with it. The album's called Feather in the Wind. Just do something cool. And she gave me that back. And I'm like, this is it. This is exactly, because it was exactly what I was envisioning without being able to say what I was envisioning, if that makes sense. Like, it was almost like the piece of art that she gave me was like on the tip of my tongue, and I just couldn't say it. So it was so cool to like be like, that's it. That's so sick. And it worked out. And I sent it to my manager that night, and I was like, this is it.
Speechless after that too. Like I said, the photo was pictures worth 1,000 words, and it did it right there for you too as well. It had nothing left to say, but there it is. The artwork proved your point too. Well, time for another one here. Garrison Nunn, our guest here, the Backstage Pass, KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network, and out there, thwn.org, iHeartRadio podcasts, and powered by the Sports Guys podcast.com, a grand slam of music, sports, entertainment. It's Garrison Nunn. We got no apologies here on the Backstage Pass. Here it is. Break it down.
Talks with Jesus got me dreaming about sticking around, but every weekend I've been flirting with that bottle of Crown. I start drinking, get to thinking that we ain't working out. The grass ain't greener, middle finger, hell, I'm standing my ground. Now, haven't got a call from you in 2 damn weeks. You said my truck, it smells of liquor and my words were cheap. The way I'm living might just kill you like a damn disease. Now I'm leaving you and leaving no apologies. I've been thinking about a girl that I used to know. She had a ring around her finger and another man's clothes. The way you sneak around behind me, well, it makes me believe you ain't too different. Who am I kidding? Got my heart on my sleeve. And it bleeds. Haven't got a call from you in 2 damn weeks. You said my truck, it smells of liquor and my words were cheap. The way I'm living my
y'all, this is two-time Guinness World Record-setting rapper D.O. Gibson, and you're listening to the award-nominated Backstage Pass on KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network. You can also stream the show anytime at the sportsguyspodcast.com and on thwn.org. Oh, yeah.
Are you looking to increase your online presence? Are you searching for a new logo or company branding? Have you been considering more ways to reach the world with your business, ministry, or church's message? Barkley Music and Media is an award-winning design company that utilizes the latest technology while keeping the integrity of over 30 years of customer service. Web design, graphic design, multimedia, video editing, voiceover, commercials, logo design and branding, photography, and much, much more. See portfolios and testimonials online at www.barkleymusicandmedia.com or contact them today at 502-382-8299. Barkley Music and Media, your connection for the best in multimedia. Call today, 502-382-8299, or go to www.barkleymusicandmedia.com. Barkley Music and Media, integrity, technology, and design. www.barkleymusicandmedia.com.
Hey guys and gals, this is Colby Calais, and you're listening to the award-nominated Backstage Pass with Brandon Morrell on KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network. Stream the show anytime on the sportsguyspodcast.com and on iHeartRadio podcasts. It's a grand slam of music, entertainment, and sports.
And back here on the show again, Garrison Nunn joining us here, KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network, and, of course, out there, iHeartRadio podcast, thwn.org, and the sportsguyspodcast.com, a grand slam of music, sports, entertainment, Feather in the Wind, the current album across all the DSPs out there. So you're right. You talked about the leadoff song there, too, which was Got Me Here. Then you get into something like No Apologies, and that's something I took from it real quick, saying, that's life's all about, because I just take my risk. I go out there, I do it. And for me, what I got from it can be interpreted so many ways, but another fantastic cut on the record too.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fun one. It's definitely the most rowdy song on the album, and I knew I wanted it to be towards the very beginning. I wrote it with my buddy Cole Stevens, and that was such a fun write. It took a while to get that song right, though. I mean, we wrote it, and I don't think it got finished for another 4 or 5 months. But I think it's so simply written, but gets the point across. And I love that kind of, because I'm an overthinker. So when I'm writing songs, especially by myself, like, I think that it's got to be really, really, really complex and whatever. And it's like, no, sometimes you can just sit back and let the music speak for itself. And this song was one of those. It's just fun, and it says exactly what it needed to say. And a lot of people have been loving it. I mean, that's probably one of the songs on the record that gets the most talk around me. They're like, oh, I love No Apologies. I'm like, I do love that song. It's fun live. It's a really fun song live.
Yeah, speaking of that live, performance, being on stage, and a lot of it is just stage presence and performing in front of a crowd, things like that. What do you just enjoy most about getting out there and just seeing a crowd come to life? Gosh,
so apart from writing songs, playing shows is my favorite thing to do. I mean, I've been playing shows for almost 10 years now. I used to play empty wine bars. So to give you some comparison here, you got a kid that is going through puberty and doesn't sound too great, and he's playing to empty wine bars. And it's like, now I'll play shows and more people than, like, people I don't even know will show up. And it's just crazy to me. But growing up, music was, and especially like live concerts, music was there for me when I felt like nobody else was a lot of the time. And just being in a crowd growing up, going to concerts, made me feel like I was a part of something, and like I belonged in a way. And especially when it's music you really relate to. And music can change your outlook on life if it hits you at the right time. And so that's kind of what I like to do with my music. If I'm helping one person go through a hard time or get through something, that's all I want. I could care less about the streams. I just want to help people, And if I'm at a live show and I'm seeing people singing my songs back, it's like we're helping each other out, because seeing that warms my heart so much, and just, it means the most. And then, if I'm meaning something to them, then we're both getting something out of it. And it's a great symbiotic relationship there.
So I got a little surprise for you. So I mentioned your name. I was out doing a show last week here in a little town, Silsbee, Texas, down there too, Honky Tonk, Texas, which is another little dive bar here in town. And I got to mention your name to a good friend of mine, a good friend of the show, and a guy who's really taken off in the industry right now. Do you follow Randall King at all?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got to mention your name to him at a little show we did last week, just because I was listening to all the new music, and the great Natalie, she sends me a lot of great artists out there too, especially Texas. And I look back, I'm like, just got to mention his name to Randall King out there too. So we did that. Talked about it, and I was backstage probably about 20, 25 minutes talking to him. Went out there, did a hell of a show as he normally does. So I was going to say, for like other Texas artists that you follow right now, here was a guy like Zach Top bringing back traditional country, which is really cool. Yeah. You've got a lot of that in your music off this record, and I think it's really cool to see that male category getting back to 90s country sound, right?
Yes, I've loved to see that, and I'd love to flesh that part of me more. I mean, sometimes I feel like I can pull it off, sometimes I can't. Randall pulls it off every single time. All those guys do that are bringing that style back, and I love it. I mean, it just takes me back to, like I said, whenever I was really young, like the stuff my parents were listening to, and just reminds me of simpler times. I think that's why a lot of people love it. So yeah, I mean, it's such a cool sound. I appreciate you doing that.
Hey man, I try to do what I can. Like I said, when the ear likes something, it's gonna put it out there too, no doubt too, and communicate. I'm in that communication business. I've got to talk to people about that too. At the same time. How about this lady class right there? These females like kicking ass in country music right now. How about that?
God, there's so many. There's so many. They're all amazing. I mean, there's a lot more Western, like Caitlin Butts. What she's doing is so sick. Caitlin Butts. I like Maggie Antone a lot. She's here in Nashville, and especially Ella Langley. I think she's really killing it.
All great names right there too. So what are the plans now for, you mentioned, going back home, kind of taking this break, the next couple of weeks? I'm looking forward to it because this last set of shows this week, and I'll get ready. I'm already booking for January too, which is always a fun problem to have too. But looking back at it, what are you most looking forward to with the family for the holidays, things like that, traditions, all that good stuff for Christmas?
Gosh, one of my favorite traditions in December is going to the deer lease, and I just did that this weekend. So that was like one of the biggest things I look forward to. But honestly, just being home. I mean, I'm in Nashville I live here, so I'm here all the time, and luckily they do come visit. But it'll be good to see my family and my dog and my extended family, all my friends. That's the best part. I mean, we don't really have any specific traditions we do, but sometimes you don't need one. We just enjoy each other's company and talk and laugh, and it's always great, especially whenever like I'm so focused on school, whenever I'm here and so focused on music. It's like I never really get any time to decompress, and I think it'll be good just to have some time off.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the best part, of just decompress, have fun, and let it ride. Let whatever happens out there too. I was going to ask you about this college football playoff, coming up, this now top 12. I guess, one, are you a college football fan? Two, are you going to watch any of these kind of this college football playoff, this 12-team playoff? Now, I know the one I'm excited about this week, the Alabama-Georgia game, should be really good this coming week.
Yeah, that's going to be a big one. I try. So this is a funny thing about me. Whenever I'm interested in something, I'm all in. So that means if I gave my all to college football or NFL, I would be betting. I would be spending all my time focusing on that. And it's like with music taking up so much of my time and with school taking up so much of my time, I have tried my hardest just to step back and watch it when it's on, but not be like, all in, because it would just take up way too much of my time. But I did grow up in Aggie, which was, a little devastating against UT a few weeks ago. But, I grew up in Aggie, and going to those games growing up will make me always nostalgic for A&M. I mean, my parents both went to A&M. My brother went to A&M. A lot of my family went to A&M. So in terms of college football, I mean, that's what we grew up watching and celebrating and rooting for. We didn't really get much into NFL growing up, and I haven't really.
Well, I'm with you. Go Aggies.
Lame answer for you.
Hey, go Aggies in this household. Beat the Canes. Beat the U. It's going to be a hell of a game. Kyle Field, over 100,000 people. It's going to be rocking, and I'm looking forward to a big game there. Marcel Reed need a better game than what he had against Texas a few weeks ago there too. And of course, a couple of nice wide receivers are going to factor into this football game coming up this week. Concepcion's going to be a fine player as he's been all year. He should factor in to this game coming up this week for the first CFP. Let me ask you this, as far as food goes, Garrison Nunn, favorite foods, what do you like to eat there, especially in Nashville? So many good restaurants.
In Nashville, there are way too many good restaurants. It's like, it stresses me out, especially because so many of them are so expensive. So it's like, it's not the best for my wallet. But I think I will always be a sucker for fried chicken. It's such a staple, and maybe that's an overrated answer. I love sushi too. Sushi's amazing. I think fried chicken and sushi are probably my favorite foods, if I had to guess. Yeah.
Good choices there too, especially sushi. I've been on that kick for the past few weeks, and I'll go to a restaurant here at least once a week over in this here in Texas. It's now, I think it's a chain now too, Sushi Masa. It's actually a really cool place, and we love eating all the sushi and all the fried rice and whatever, broccoli, vegetables, whatever.
Yeah, I love chicken fried rice. I was gonna say that, then I'm like, I just said fried chicken. I can't overdo it, but here I am. I mean, sushi is so good. You cannot go wrong with sushi. And I just got into it like 2 years ago. For some reason, I just never tried it, and now I love it. I wish I missed so many years of sushi enjoying could have happened in my life.
In Nashville, did you do when you first got there? Did you do the hot chicken thing? Like, I know for me it was Hattie B's. Yeah,
you have to. You have to. I do think. I hope Hattie B's isn't listening. I think it's a little overrated because there's always a long line, and the only reason I say it's overrated is it's overrated if you wait in that long freaking line. Don't do it. There's so many hot chicken places in Nashville. I mean, there are barbecue places that sell hot chicken, and it's amazing. Like Edley's is really good. They have really good hot chicken, and I feel like nobody talks about it. So here I am talking about it. But go to Hattie B's if there's no line. It is really, really good. But if the line is like an hour long, don't go. Take it from me. Don't do it. There's also like 5 locations, so try another one.
I didn't stand there. The one on Broadway. I went to actually one of the other locations they had.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, the one on Broadway is crazy all the time.
It's nuts. It's crazy. And I'll say we finished a radio event at the Omni the last few years, and we go over there and just look at it and go right across the street and just I can't couldn't go over there too. It's always just crazy enough as it is. Well, I tell you what, I love this record. It is fantastic. Feather in the wind across all the DSPs out there too. And guys, check out a rising country artist here from Texas, living in Nashville there too. You got the whole story here on the Backstage Pass. I want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and dude, come back here anytime to promote the music. Love our conversation, and again, man, just continued success going into the new year. We appreciate it.
Man, I really appreciate that. Merry Christmas, man.
Got it. Garrison Nunn here on the Backstage Pass, Feather in the Wind, KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network, and of course thwn.org, iHeartRadio podcast, and always out there, the Sports Guys of podcast.com. Happy holidays. We'll see you soon. More great shows coming up this week. Take care. God bless. We will see you soon.
Hey y'all, this is recording artist Anna Christina Cash, and you're listening to a grand slam of music, sports, and entertainment. It's the award-nominated Backstage Pass podcast with Brandon Morell on KYBN 98.1, your Bay Area Broadcasting Network. Stream the show anytime at thesportsguyspodcast.com and on iHeartRadio Podcasts. You can also stream on thwn.org.